Hello everyone, welcome to this new video, my friends. In this video I'll show you how to build Splunk Lab. Our reference or my reference will be my website goinfogo.com. If you go here to build Splunk Enterprise Lab, go to read more. All the instructions will be here in this article. We'll explain what's the meaning or what's the components of Splunk, like search head, indexer, forwarder, and syslog. You will find a lot of information here, and you can find out how to download Splunk and how to start the installation. First, I prefer you to download the ISO image from CentOS. You can go to this link and download the ISO for the CentOS and install it on your VMware workstation or virtual box. Then you need to go here to download Splunk from the website splunk.com and download the latest image. So let's go and start our lab. Here's the instructions. As you can see while I'm scrolling down, and at least I have how to download the tutorial data files to start practice Splunk search language. Now go to your VMware workstation, go to File and a new virtual machine wizard. Next, we'll choose the custom, the compatibility for the VMware. Next, I will install the operating system later. Then choose the Linux and CentOS version 5, and later it's be CentOS 7. I have CentOS 8, so I'll choose CentOS 7. No problem. Go with next. Name it, let's say Splunk, and the location where do you want to install or to save the virtual machine. I will name it Splunk 8. Next, number of process I'll choose here. For testing only I'll choose 4. The memory I'll choose, let's say 8 for now. I have 16 gig of memory, so I will choose 8. Next, here you need to choose the network type. I use the bridge to have internet connectivity for that machine. When you use the bridge networking, it will connect to your router using the host or the laptop or the PC network card. If you don't want to connect the machine to your local area network, use host only networking. I don't recommend to go with the NAT, so use bridge networking is the better way to connect your machine to the internet. Go with next. The disk, create a new virtual disk, of course. Choose, let's say 40 gig is enough for the lab, and make sure to use the split. It will save some space if it's not used. Next, the VMDK file. Next, and finish. Now you have the machine. And you need to power this machine on, but first you need to edit the machine or to press on the CD here to map a CD drive. So you will use ISO image and browse to the location where you download the CentOS ISO file. Here is my ISO image. press OK. I will power on the machine. Here in this window, you need to press in the window and move the arrow up to install CentOS Linux. Press enter and wait. Now you need to check or to set up the CentOS settings. Continue with the English. Now this is the main settings for the CentOS. You need to set up the time and date. Installation source, it's automatically selected. Software selection, I don't prefer server with GUI, I need server, and I will choose, let's check here. I think the minimal installation is better and go with standard. We don't need any additional features on the CentOS. We will install the Splunk and that's it. So the minimal installation will work with us. And standard. And done. Destination, it's already done by default. It's a lab. I don't recommend changing anything here. In a production environment, maybe you need to customize the partitioning, no problem. Go to network, name your instance here, say Splunk .local domain and apply. From this tab here, you configure also the Ethernet. If you are not using the DHCP and you need to configure a static IP, go here to IP version 4, change it to manual, and press add. You can add the IP address that you want, the net mask, and the gateway, your DNS, Google of course, and save. You need to turn on the Ethernet. As you can see here in my CMD, and this is the CMD from my laptop, I can ping the instant or the virtual machine directly after turning on the network card, because it's configured bridge as I told you, so it's connected to my local area network. Nothing else here. Done. I can start the installation. Now configure the root password. If you put or use an easy password, it gives you a warning. Press done again here, it will be saved. If you need another user creation, you can create it from here. We will wait until the installation is done. Let's go back to my website. As I told you, here's the explanation or description for how to build the lab. I download the ISO from this link. Now we need to go and download the Splunk software. You need to go here to Free Splunk. It will ask you to register. If you have a username and password, just go to login, type your username and password and login. I logged in with my account. I will go here to Free Splunk. You have cloud platform. If you don't have the resources to build your instant on your local laptop or resources, you can access a free 14-day trial from Splunk Cloud, or you can download it for on-premise installation. After clicking on the enterprise installation, Splunk Enterprise 8.2.2 is the latest. You can choose the OS that you will install Splunk on it. So you have Windows, Linux, or Mac OS. CentOS is related to Linux, Linux distribution. So you can download the RPM package or the compressed packages or the Debian packages from these links. If you need to see the system requirements, you can access it from here. If you need all the releases from Splunk, you don't need the latest one, so you go here to all the release. For now, I will use the RPM because I'm using CentOS. Press download now and wait. Now there's a useful tip here. You can download it directly to your local machine and save it, or you can download it directly to the VM. No need to copy it to the server. I don't prefer any one of them. You can use the one that it's easier for you. So I will use the command line wget. You can see here that here is the command. If your instant have, if your VM or CentOS VM have internet access, just copy this into your CentOS machine. We will wait until the installation is finished. The CentOS installation is not finished yet, so let's go back to the article. As you can see here, download the CentOS, the Splunk. You go to Splunk Enterprise, choose the version that you want. If you are using CentOS as me, use the Linux and the RPM. Download now. You can download it to your machine, then copy it using FTP to the temp directory on the CentOS, or you can get the wget command and download it directly to the CentOS machine. Then, as you can see here, we need to start the installation by doing this command rpm-ivh and the package name. The installation will be done successfully. You need to start the Splunk instance and accept the license and enable the boot start. The boot start will allow Splunk to run or to start Splunk service automatically after each restart. That is important command. For the lab, I prefer to stop the firewall on the CentOS. So this command will help you to stop the firewall service, and this command will turn off the service even after any restart. Finally, the installation finished for the CentOS. Reboot the server. Let's check the ping. While the server is booting, I will open the PuTTY, type the server IP address, and wait until the network goes up. Open. I will accept the certificate, and here is the root user and the password. Here is our CentOS. As I showed you earlier, here is the wget command. Copy it, go back to PuTTY and paste it, but I prefer, before pasting it, to navigate to the temp directory, then do it. As you can see here, it's downloading Splunk software, so we need to wait until the download is done. Finally, the download is completed. You can type ls-l. You can find Splunk software here, so write down rpm-ivh Splunk and tab and the golden key, enter, and wait until the installation is done. And boom, the installation is done. Let's take a look on my article. As the article, you need to start the Splunk instance, but let's first shut down the firewall. I'll type service firewall d stop and check config firewall d off, and boom, done. Let's start the service. It's opt Splunk bin directory, then Splunk, and start. Enter. Here's the agreement or the license agreement. You can read it, but of course no one read any agreements. Press yes, enter. Here you need to configure the admin for Splunk service. And the password, of course. Done. It's running the service. Just wait. Let's check the article. We need to enable the boot start also before going down. Okay. I never memorized the comments, so I keep them in a notepad. Enable boot start, enter, configured. We can check the service now. It's running. Let's check if we can access the Splunk instance. You need to use the IP address and the port 8000. It's not secured, but it's working, and you have your Splunk instance running now. Let's log in to our Splunk. As you can see, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. So here is the main page or the default page for Splunk. You can find here the apps that by default installed in Splunk. The first and most important app is the search and reporting. Here's the essential for cloud gateway. I will show you how to add apps for Splunk, but right now I'll show you the search and reporting. Let's skip. Here you can type the search that you want. Let's say field and press enter. Here you can choose the time period that you want to search in, but because we don't have any data in Splunk, no result will be. So here you can see data summary. As you can see, it's empty. There is no logs in Splunk. If you need to start getting logs to your Splunk server, you need to configure the data input. So you can start by data inputs from the setting. Wait a couple. Okay, you can monitor ports or files and directories for the common, let's say, use cases. The syslog is the first one that we configure. It's configured for the routers and switches, for firewalls. Most of the network devices and firewalls use the syslog, especially the Udemy. So you can add new. As you can see here, it's UDP. The default one is 514. If you need to change it, you can do it easily by typing the port that you want here. Here is the source name override. If you need to override the host, keep things as default. Next, you can choose here the source type. If you are sending logs from Cisco device, you can type here Cisco. If you install the Cisco add-on, I will show you what's the meaning of Cisco add-on later. Here you can choose the app context, the method for the host, its IP, the host name for the source of the logs will be the IP address. Here is the indexer. The indexer means the container that the logs will be. So you can choose the default, which is the main, or you can create a new index. I prefer creating new indexes. So review. It's a little slow. It's a lab. Sorry, it's not slow. There was an error. Its source type value is required. So I'll choose anything for now. So Cisco syslog, let's say. Review and submit. Now you can start sending the logs from your Cisco devices as syslog messages over the UDP port 514 to Splunk Instant, and it will be shown here in the search. This is the best way to build a Splunk lab or instant. That's it for this video. If you need to know more about the GUI, search and reporting, and if you want to get data into Splunk, you can go to this link and download these files. I will show you how to upload them. Press here on Splunk Enterprise, go to add data, skip this one, and you can choose here upload. From upload, you can upload any type of data that you want, even your own or customized logs. You can select from here the files that you want. So please download the tutorial data from this link, upload them, and start using your lab as you want. I will add a link for Splunk training on Udemy. If you need more details, you can register in the Udemy course and be a Splunk administrator. Thank you for watching this video.